ultimately the question is, do we remember how to do this? It's been a hot minute.
It is rolling, so
I know it's rolling. Yeah.
You know,
We're
if you were going to do it, now would be the time.
I know. That some things are best left in the past.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to confuse the poor listeners.
No, they're. We've gotten some emails. They're happy that they're hearing our voice again.
But they're not getting the usual repertoire.
There's. And
we are not standing on ceremony.
I was thinking about this on the way over here. I'm like, yeah, it could. We put the original show as it was to bed because we felt it runs course. I felt that it's best left to bed, and we're definitely happy to come back to the people as we are now.
Yeah, but
speaking to them. Do you want me to do the thing?
I feel like we're not giving everyone their devil's due if we don't.
So, are you saying they're not getting their money's worth?
Yes.
Okay, well, seeing as we make no money from this,
we spend.
We're in the hole from this show.
We are actually. We don't talk about that though.
Yeah, no. Not in the hole too bad. I mean,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
It's stuff you would have eventually purchased anyway.
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah. Not wrong there. So, hey, how's it going?
Hi.
New episode.
It is a new episode.
We're coming out of semi-retirement. Oh, it's been like 2 months, hasn't it?
We gave notice that this would be a possibility. And here it is.
We kind of closed the doors beginning of summer, I think. Shut down the courthouse.
I could look. I mean,
that
would take effort.
It's not overly important.
No.
But yeah, we said we'd pop in. We said you would not hear from us ever again.
We weren't going to go completely dark, and and in fact, we did say that we were going to do something kind of. I had a feeling this episode was going to happen regardless, given the task at hand. Yeah. So yeah, and we are men of our words. So here we are.
So I think it's this.
We did our last episode at the end of May. So a month, 6 weeks,
couple months,
not that long.
Yeah. The people have missed us though.
Well, what do they know?
Apparently, they don't know any better. Oh man, but it feels good to be back. Nice breather.
Sure.
Yeah. You not feeling good to be back?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. So. I mean, I guess we'll stand on some ceremony. How was your months?
Months. Months.
Let's catch the people up.
It's been good. So I've been busy. Mostly recording the Long Cold Dark album.
Yes, updates have been numerous.
A lot of progress has been made. I think, and I'm knocking on wood because I know I'm going to probably go back and listen to what I've got so far and find something that needs to be tweaked or changed or done again. But I did kind of say over the weekend that I think I'm done tracking guitars, and my guitars, that is. The guest slots are still available for those who have agreed to partake. But that being said, if my guitar parts are done, bass is done, drums are done, that means it's on me now to begin writing and recording vocals. So lyrics and vocals. So that's where we're at, and I'm going to try not to rush that. I mean, I've only had 3 or 4 years for some of these songs to actually do that, but I haven't done it because reasons.
I'm interested to see where the perspective of fatherhood your vocal inclinations.
No, I won't be factoring in.
Or lyrical inclinations, I should say.
That won't be factoring in at all. These songs don't quite lend themselves to that sentiment. I don't have
I don't say that saying you're going to go like full into the light, for lack of a better term.
No, I wouldn't bank on that ever. If anything, if you've listened to any of our stuff in the past, I think, seeing as I'm the one who wrote the lyrics, that I tended to write lyrics based on my life experience, and based on my own kind of growth over time. So they've been very inward looking, I think.
Yeah.
And this time, I don't see that being the case. On the last EP, the Captive Audience EP, actually, that was more outward. It was both. It was inward and outward. It was kind of my reaction to
rapidly changing world.
Not the world specifically. It was more of my reaction of being involved in the music scene for so long, and my kind of bitterness towards it. Yes, very much so, and kind of purging all of that and realizing, like, you know what, I'm not the same guy that I was when I started doing this, and who I am now has a different take on all this. And I think the lyrics very much reflect that. So, and it is both internal and external. There are songs on there that are definitely focused kind of on one song in particular is keyed at a particular individual in the scene that I was not too fond of. I'm not going to tell you who that is, but whatever. The other songs were more my own personal introspection on it all. And this time around, it's not going to be about that. I think I'm done with that. I've kind of said what I had to say about that. And I'm coming at this with a more personal, but not... I don't anticipate writing from my own kind of thoughts and feelings perspective. Well, I mean, they are my thoughts and feelings that I'm writing, but it's going to be more topical. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I see it being more about actual issues and topics as opposed to personal feelings and introspection. This is going to be a little more finger pointy.
Like commentary.
Yeah, a little more like that.
Okay.
Whether or not you agree with anything that I have to say about anything I may or may not write about, that's going to be on the listener. But I feel like that's what I want to do this time.
Cool.
So let's see what happens. You know, the funny thing about that is that like a lot of bands, particularly like, I mean, I always look at Metallica as like my, you know, they're my frame of reference for everything because they've done it all and I know everything about them. They did everything the opposite. For years, it was all kind of external, like, you know, topics and big picture kind of stuff and themes. And then when they broke big, it was when James kind of went inward as opposed to outward. I'm doing it in reverse. Yeah. But I don't anticipate breaking big, so it doesn't really matter.
What do you identify as their breaking big? Is it the Black Album?
The Black Album, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they were big before that, but that was like...
when they broke mainstream.
Yes. That's when they became, you know, a band of the ages as opposed to just a big band. So...
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all. I mean, honestly, I've been playing some video games.
You've been playing a lot of video games.
I have, actually. It's kind of weird.
Like, you've been hopping one right to the next.
Well, I didn't finish one of them, so I might jump back and forth. So, okay, do you want to talk about video games?
Yeah,
we're just riffing. First one I got into, I downloaded The Messenger on Switch, and it's really, really cool. It's really cool. So it's a Ninja Gaiden-inspired modern 8-bit game.
Okay.
So kind of like Shovel Knight, how Shovel Knight's like a faux NES game.
Yeah.
This is also in that vein. But
question.
Yes.
At any point in the game, do they play an 8-bit version of the Tea Party song, The Messenger?
To my knowledge, no, but I don't know for sure. It's very possible.
Not worth buying that.
Oh, it's worth buying. So,
J. Oberg will agree with me.
Oh, dude, I'm Tea Party's cool. I'm all in. So, imagine a Ninja Gaiden game only without the frustrating cheap death. Now, mind you,
what's the point?
Mind you, you will die a lot in this game.
Yeah,
a lot.
But it's an earned death.
Yes, I wouldn't say that it's. You're not going to jump blindly into a bird that was not on the screen before you saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like
teleporting bird.
Yeah, if you die, it's earned. Like, you didn't do something right. There's a jump that you didn't time right, or it's whatever. So it's hard, but it's a very good game. And then you can play it for like a good 8 to 10 hours, and then the game actually starts.
Ooh.
So there's a twist, and I don't want to get into like the whole twist of it, but let me just say, I mean, I guess I kind of have to a degree. It goes from 8-bit homage game to 16-bit homage game.
Oh.
And you can toggle between the two in different ways in the stages, and you have to actually, because at different points, there's time travel involved, and in the game, the time travel is 8-bit to 16. It's
really sweet.
Yeah, so levels change between
Super
the two.
meta.
It's very the writing in the game. There's this shopkeeper. He's like the guy you talk to all the time.
Yeah.
He is so meta, and it's hilarious. Like, it is so funny. But it jokes about being a game. It jokes about boss battles being, right. It's like, dude, there's one point where he's like, your character asked the shopkeeper, like, so wait, what's next? And the shopkeeper's like, wow, you really are dumb. Like, there was a save point. You just got a whole bunch of items. There's a boss room next here.
Funny.
It's a great game. But I did not, unfortunately, get to finish it because as I was in the midst of making a lot of headway in it, and mind you, at that turning point that I talked about, when the game actually begins,
yeah,
that's when it also kind of becomes a pseudo Metroidvania game,
Ooh.
which is, as you know, my favorite.
Yeah.
So, however, at the exact moment that I was really starting to do the things in that game, an actual Metroidvania came out, and that would be Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night. So, I've been playing a lot of that. Why
didn't you just get Bloodstained and just kind of set it to the side before?
I couldn't wait.
While you finish.
I know.
See, this is kind of like I was really kind of digging on getting Samurai Showdown, the new one.
Yeah.
But then Marvel Ultimate Alliance is gonna come out
about next week, the week after. Yeah. Here's the thing. Messenger was kind of like an impulse grab because it was on sale on the eShop, and I had some funds on the eShop card, so I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I actually bought Guacamelee 2 yesterday because it was also on sale. So I'm like, yeah,
sure, why not?
I'm just adding it to the pile.
You've been waiting for Bloodstained for a while.
Exactly. It's been on my radar for so long that I just had to dive in. Now, the Switch version is not perfect. No version, to be fair, no version, PS4, PC, Xbox, no version of the game is actually perfect. It's got some bugs, got some issues. They're working on them. They have prioritized the Switch, though, because of two reasons. One, it had some of the most glaring issues, let's say, even though I think the internet, as it often does, sort of
blew it out of proportion.
Yeah. Does it have issues? Yes. Is it still very playable and enjoyable? Yes.
If I remember, frame rate issues was the things.
To be fair, unless the game is really slowing down to like a crawl, I generally don't notice that.
We're not talking Super Dodgeball on original Nintendo slowdowns here.
Right. Well, that does actually happen on a couple stages. And that's valid. Okay, that's a valid concern. But I mean, it's one screen until you get to the next screen, and then it's fine. So, is that unfortunate? Yes. Is it game breaking? No. You'll get through it, and you'll go to the next area and keep going.
I mean, you got to figure they went through. Didn't they go through like a massive revamp of the visuals?
They did. Yes.
And still hit the game's delivery date.
They did.
You got to figure.
They tried.
That massive of a change that
probably
quickly.
Took a toll. Yeah. Now.
So things might have got missed.
And again, it's fine. I'm 80% complete already, and I just deal with it, and it's fine. I'm still enjoying the game just fine, quirks and all. And so, as I was saying, the Switch version had the most egregious bugs, let's say, and then 56% of the sales were for Switch.
Nice.
Just like the precursor, Curse of the Moon, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, they were almost exclusive. Like, the Switch versions of these games are selling like crazy, and I don't know that they just didn't expect that or what, but because it is the majority of the owners that have it on Switch, they're prioritizing the Switch version. And according to their Twitter account or their forum or whatever, they should have a patch out for Switch next week.
Cool.
So week of the 15th. So I could maybe pump the brakes till then and see how, what it do.
But you're not gonna.
I could go back.
Because if you finish it before then you just have an excuse to go back and play it again.
You're not wrong.
Come on, Drew.
But like you said,
I know how this goes.
But like you said,
I play games. I'm smart.
We We got Marvel Ultimate Alliance coming out, man.
Yeah, we do.
And I got Guacamelee 2 to deal with, and that's another Metroidvania that I love a lot. The first one was fantastic.
Marvel's going to have all the characters.
Yeah.
Legit all the characters.
But anyway, what have you been up to? That's been me. Music, video games, and raising the boy, who is ever increasingly mobile, which is,
Is he walking yet? Is he legit walking?
He's taken steps, and then he crashes to earth. But he's getting more and more fearless, so,
The fun part is when they learn how to walk, then they learn how to go fast.
But they don't know how to stop.
Before they learn how to corner.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I can see that being a good time.
It's like a car in a Buffalo winter street.
I'm just going to put a helmet on him now.
I'm not going to lie. There are times when I think I've told you this, when I'd be in the kitchen and I know William was in the living room and there's like that corner, the turn. I'd be like, William, come here. He comes running, bonk, right in the wall. I'm like,
that's kind of mean.
He's got good straight lines. Hey, he learned how to corner, so.
Hey, lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, you forgot something else, sir. There's been a lot of wrestling going on.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, obviously.
AEW's been awesome.
AEW, there's been
two shows.
Two shows since. There's one Saturday.
I was able to make. The other one, unfortunately, I was not because I had to go to my nephew's graduation party. And it turns out the one I was not able to make is probably the one I would have liked to see the most for
the Street Fighter connections, yes. But to be honest, though, it was not the superior show overall. So you saw the right one for what they were really trying to put out there. The one you missed, Fighter Fest, was kind of a B tier show. And it came off like a B tier show, but it was still good. It was still an entertaining show. Mm-hmm. There's another one Saturday, which I would say is another B tier show. The next A tier is on beginning of late August, early September. It's the sequel to All In. It's called All Out.
Cool.
And it's back at the Sears Center in Chicago. Hey, I was in Chicago too for a work conference, by the way.
Yeah,
that was my first time. I don't really have a lot to say about it. It was fun. I'll go back.
You didn't get murdered. Good for you.
Dude. No, but you know what I did do when I was there?
What's that?
I flipped off Trump Tower. Felt good about it. There's one there too.
Yeah,
a lot of them. I felt really good about it though.
That's good.
I got a good picture of my finger pointing at it defiantly. Anyway, AEW's doing their thing, and it looks like it's going to be good. I think their TV starts October 2nd.
Nice.
Wednesday, October 2nd. I think Wednesday nights are going to be the thing. So keep an eye on that. Also, the G1, dude. The NJPW, the G1 started on Saturday.
Cool.
From Dallas, Texas. The first time it's ever been done outside of Japan.
Yeah.
Great show. It was the first night of the G1. The G1, as you know, is like the 2-week tournament.
Yeah.
A block, B block, round robin. Everyone wrestles everyone. Then the block winners wrestle each other.
Yep.
It's grueling. It's going to be a lot of incredible matches, and we already got some on Saturday. It's going to be so much fun to watch, but it's so much to watch.
Do you think that WWE sends people to these shows just to be in the crowd and be like, what?
To
come back and report.
Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Nice. If not, maybe not the crowd, but I mean they know. They got people everywhere. They know what's going on. But I don't worry. They did some stuff too in this, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's just not worth talking about.
What'd they do? See, now you got my curiosity.
No, they know that there's other companies, creeping up and nipping at their heels. So they did what WWE does. They made some desperate moves as their TV ratings are plummeting and their attendance is plummeting. And I'm serious. It is plummeting. Their attendance is plummeting quickly. So they, in light of the TV deals kicking in October, where they go to SmackDown goes to Fox, Friday nights, yada yada, Vince McMahon in a desperate move has put Paul Heyman of ECW fame in charge for reals, not TV. He is the what's his title? He's got some title, like executive director of Raw. He will be running Raw. Still answering to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
So how much is really going to change? And then now Paul. No, so as I laugh, let me explain why I laugh. I laugh because Paul Heyman, at least Paul Heyman, I feel like is still fairly plugged into the wrestling world and into pop culture in general. He's
Yeah.
a pretty sharp guy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance that could work out.
Okay.
Maybe. Still got to go through Vince, so who knows. SmackDown will be put in the hands, same title, only for SmackDown, same executive, whatever position, of Eric Bischoff.
Okay.
He of WCW out of business fame.
I'm aware.
Eric Bischoff hasn't worked since he ran TNA into the ground about 7 years ago.
Alrighty. Well, it's a good
These
thing
are the
they
peop-
don't have too much riding on SmackDown. Oh wait.
That's the Fox deal. That's the big. If anything, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if it sinks, they can blame it on Bischoff, right? They have a convenient scapegoat, but it just reeks of like, number one, it reeks of desperation. Number two, when your product is getting chastised for being stale, out of touch, yeah, etc.
Yep.
Don't you think maybe you would try to get younger or get some fresh ideas, get some new perspectives in there? What does Vince do?
Goes back.
He goes back 20 years into the past and pulls these guys out of a hat. I mean, again, with Heyman, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt to a degree, but I mean, Bischoff, come on, man. He's a con man. And I don't say that lightly. He is a con man.
Alrighty.
So I don't worry about that. That's going to take care of itself. AEW is going to be fun. John Moxley is like lighting the world on fire right now, and the fact that he's now in AEW and like it blew up in a big way.
Yeah.
They're going to have eyes on them right away.
Nice.
They already do, because it was such a hot thing when it happened. Mox is also in the G1. Like, there's so much cool stuff going on, dude.
Come on, Shinsuke.
No,
Come on, Shinsuke.
I've let him go.
No.
If he's content to, look, he more than earned his money in Japan, took all his beatings and whatnot.
Yeah.
If he wants to just go surfing every day and work a nice, easy style and cash his check,
dude earned it.
More power to you, brother. But don't expect me to watch you anymore. So
cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've totally monopolized the conversation. Now
fine.
let's circle back. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Let's see. What's going on? A lot of games of the board variety past couple of months. Probably the biggest one, which I've been playing the most, I absolutely love, is the new Star Wars game from Fantasy Flight Games, Outer Rim.
Got rave reviews.
Yes.
And I've played it, and it's good.
It's very good. And like once you get a couple plays in and get to kind of like understand the game more, it's really enjoyable. I definitely do want to get it back on the table over here, because I think
I'd play it again.
Now that I know it, I can teach it very easily.
Yeah, once we got playing it wasn't that complicated.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but once you figure it out, it's very intuitive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's been great. I finally managed to get a copy of Quacks of Quedlinburg, which we did not have a chance to play yet. We will soon. I'll bring that to next game night.
DuckTales related?
No. It's a push your luck game.
Okay.
Where you're.
Are there whammies?
There are not whammies.
Oh.
There's exploding potions, though.
All right.
Which is kind of like a whammy. So yeah, there was that. I've been playing a lot of video games.
Have or haven't?
Have not.
Ah, okay.
X-Wing's been going good.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Okay.
Doing all right. Points, they've adjusted the point costs of the ships again, so now everyone's kind of experimenting, and this is when the game is most fun, because we don't know what's good right now. We have an idea of what's good, but we don't know for absolute certain what's good. And we're playing that. We've got a tournament next week at Iron Buffalo that I'm running, and then we've got a very special tournament coming up in August for my friend Reese. It's a benefit tournament called Crits Against Cancer. My friend Reese, he's a very valued member of the X-Wing, local X-Wing community. His father's battling cancer, so we're going to do a benefit tournament for that.
Cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The kid's awesome. The wife is amazing as always. Summer is here, so now that summer is actually here, not that first like month and a half where it was.
No, we're in it now finally.
Yeah, we're in summer, so we've been doing a lot of biking. So yeah, work's going good. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, watched the new season of Jessica Jones.
Did you now?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It was good.
Was it now?
Yeah, I finished it. It was good. It was not as good as the first season, but better than the second season.
I mean,
yeah, because they did just like a straight up detective story, and the ending.
I read the spoilers. I was not too enthused.
They did it well though.
I was kind of a Trish fan, so I think they kind of done her dirty. But whatever.
They did it in a way that made sense.
She was definitely trending in a direction. I see that they just decided to go all in on it.
Yeah.
So fair enough. You watching Stranger Things?
Yes, we are 6.
I'm 5.
In?
I'm 5.
Okay.
I think it's great so far.
Yeah, it's Stranger Things. It's awesome.
I mean, some people, everyone wants to see something fail, and I'm I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah. What else? What else have I watched? So I told you I've been doing this personal like physical challenge for myself for the past 30 days.
Yeah.
Been attempting to bike 500 miles and lose 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is I did hit the 500-mile mark. Bad news is I have not lost 10 pounds. So the challenge ultimately is not successful, but during the challenge, like I get up at 5 a.m. and do 10 miles in the morning on the bike.
That's good.
And stationary bike, and during that time I like I want to watch something to kind of keep my mind occupied.
Gotta kill the time.
But I went back, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go back and watch Iron Fist season 2.
Okay,
going through that,
and
still not great.
No, better but not.
Yeah, better, but better than crap is still only slightly better crap.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm actually. I should have mentioned I'm also like fully back in on the gym rotation too. So I dragged my sorry carcass back to the gym, and I'm back in. I'm doing well. So
nice.
Yeah. I'm taking it's wild. So I changed a few things. So because I don't want to get stale, I don't want to get stuck, and the changes seem to be working. So I do 10 minutes on the elliptical before I lift anything.
Yep,
get the blood pumping.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a big difference. Actually, I feel like I can do more. I lift more, and I just feel more. I feel it more.
Well, yeah, because your body's producing energy at that point.
Sure, so. And protein powder is back in my life in a big way. I got some really good stuff that's actually enjoyable to drink. So yay. And taking a multivitamin in the morning or once a day. So I pee in Technicolor now, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I take some stuff. That first good pee of the day comes out like highlighter yellow.
Yes.
It's like, that ain't right.
I
asked my doctor about it. He's like, yeah, it's just excess vitamins. I'm like,
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Peeing a glow stick here, doc.
Yeah.
I mean...
So that's what's going on. It seems to be going okay. I don't step on the scale anymore. I just
you can't obsess over that.
All I do now is look at what I'm putting up, and that's going okay. So I feel like I'm trending in the right direction there. So that's what's up. I'm pretty happy about it.
So we've got some emails.
Let us do the emails.
We've got some emails because I told people we were doing this, and we got some response from that.
If they've hung around for 28 minutes and 35 seconds to hear their own words being read, they're in for a treat.
Spoilers, if we're only doing this once in a great while, we're going to give you your time's worth.
Yes.
First email is from Mr. Chris Johnson. Greetings. I got to take my glasses off. They're for distance. Greetings and salutations, Drew and Carl. Hope you guys have been doing well. I got to be honest, I miss hearing the podcast regularly. I spent a year playing catch-up after stumbling upon your broadcast, and it's made my workday so much better. Still, I'm grateful for periodic episodes. I'm assuming you both seen Far From Home. What was each of your favorite scenes, parts? Mine, obviously, the final battle scene. Chris, I'm going to kind of tread lightly on your email here because
we're going to get into all this.
We're going to review the film, but we usually give a good spoilers warning, so I'm just scanning. Is there any... Okay. Very close scene. Blank. Moniker assigned to Peter. FYI, the new suits are now wearable in the PS4 Spider-Man game.
Ah, that's right. I got to download those.
Check them out when you get a chance. I'm looking forward to the episode. I hope you guys and both of your families are doing well. Keep up the great work. Iron Eagle is the better movie.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, have spoken.
The one guy has spoken. So, we're going to talk all about Far From Home.
We're going to
in a bit. So, thank you for your email.
Next one is from Adam. Adam writes, I've missed the show. I've missed the weekly ramblings, but excited to hear your thoughts on Spuddy and all that is happening in the new culture. Adam was with us when we saw Far From Home, him and his lovely wife, Molly. Now that Phase 4 is over, what are you most anticipating in Phase 5? And what are the chances you would be willing to do periodic podcast pop-ins so that your loyal listeners will continue to hear your music on live? Well, we said we're going to do periodic pop-ins. What are we most anticipating from Phase 5?
I don't know that we know what it's going to be yet.
Yeah,
so.
I think the easy toss-up answer is X-Men, Fantastic Four.
But we don't know.
You know what?
We don't know that, though.
Yeah, I'm just overall interested to see the direction they're going to go in.
Yeah.
Because you can make the argument, go bigger. Well, I mean, you just
can't. How could you?
Like, the only thing bigger is, like, Galactus, and arguably
even
that's not even bigger.
Yeah,
so,
to be
part
fair,
of me wants me to see them go smaller and, like...
I think they're going to go smaller in the interim until the next big threat is... figured out. Fantastic Four is going to be my answer of what I'm most anticipating in Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, though, because we don't really know what that's going to be, I guess I'm just most interested to see the sequels to Black Panther and Captain Marvel. Like,
Doctor Strange. Sequel.
Yeah, like, show me another chapter. Especially like Black Panther. The movie was such a cultural thing that, like, God, what are you going to do for a follow-up? I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited about it.
Gonna be really great.
Yeah.
I
Headphones.
can't hear anything.
The equipment is dying.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Okay, there we are.
There you go.
Back on.
Yeah, it's glitchy, but it's there.
Okay, cool. We're still recording, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, just that would be bad if that happened.
It would.
Okay, so now on to Mr. Alan Waiters.
Now it feels like home.
Gentlemen, it's been a while. Happy birthday, Drew. That's right, your birthday's coming up, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah, coming up.
When's your birthday again?
I don't know. What day is today? Where am I?
Today's the 9th?
Okay, 11 days.
All right.
So that would be on next Saturday. Wow, my birthday's on a Saturday. Cool.
Sweet.
My party is not. That's fine.
Drew and Carl.
Holla.
What advice would you give me as I travel to the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, and Panama?
Have a good time all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to said places, so I can't advise.
When in Puerto Rico, I'm told that they love it when you throw them rolls of paper towels. They will praise you as a hero if you do that.
Yeah. Try being a pirate for a little while if you're going to be in the Caribbean.
Yes.
I mean, when in Rome.
If you're going by boat, go into the captain's quarters and say, "Look at me. I'm the captain now."
I was thinking of more of like, Yar Avast pirate, not so much a terrorist pirate, but okay. If we get the Jaws board game, will Jay make an appearance at board game night? As you...
Not when I'm drinking, dude. What's that, a spit take here? Jay's invited.
Jay's always invited. I'd say probably
immortal.
70-30 now.
He's got 2 kids now.
He does. He's a very, very busy man.
Yes, he is. Life finds a way.
I mean, we've got 2 kids, but we're smart enough to divide them between the 2 of us.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Carl.
Did Jay email us?
Might have.
Okay. I'm on pins and needles.
Carl, did your mustache vanish with the snap?
Did.
And will it blip back?
It better.
I am clean shaven now.
I mean, you're a little scruffy today.
A little scruffy today,
yes.
but But as I've said, sometimes the fire must consume the forest for it to grow back stronger than before. I know you miss the mustache.
I do.
My wife does not. John Watt has stated that he would like Kraven to be the villain in the next Spider-Man movie. Do you agree, or would you like to see another villain like Scorpion? I would not mind seeing Kraven, but I would like to see Kraven with Chameleon. Because they have a long-standing partnership in the comics, and they're childhood friends, and I think...
I got theories. So...
Yeah. Okay, well...
we'll save it for our Spider-Man discussion.
But I think, like, you kind of go small, then you go big, then you go small again. You don't necessarily always need to ratchet it up. And I think, based on what they just did with Mysterio, if they did Kraven, it would be kind of dialed back a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would definitely like to see Kraven, and also Chameleon would be very interesting. Drew.
Yes.
What is your birthday wish besides the stool drinking game and seeing somebody fall in the pool?
My birthday wish. Dude,
Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, within reason, right? Dude, so as years go by, this is like so.
Just want a quiet day.
I don't even think about it anymore. Like,
yeah,
I hate to say like I don't care, but like I just don't care anymore. Like, what do I wish for though? If I had to make a wish for it, yes, a nice quiet day, preferably by myself, down here, working on the album. I'm alone with a very fine IPA and just a nice big chunk of time where I do nothing but work on the album, uninterrupted.
And Jen and Grant feel loved.
They are. But sometimes you just got to get stuff done.
They says, Drew, Nintendo is having a great year so far. What game are you looking forward to next? Metroid Prime 4.
Well, yes, and obviously Ultimate Alliance 3. So
yeah, Ultimate Alliance 3 definitely for me.
That is the answer.
All right, now on to Mr. J.J.L. Smino.
Yay! Karen clap.
Drew and Carl, are you guys going to leave for cigarettes again and never come back?
What? Oh, God. Yo. No.
No? Maybe?
So excuse me, I have
to go get some milk, though.
Yeah. I was going to say. Darn, we're out of castor oil.
Drew, who's your favorite to win the G1 Climax this year?
Man. Oh, it could literally go in any direction. I think your favorite's got to be Naito or Ibushi. And they're one of those two. That's I can't possibly. Naito, because he's on this quest to become the first dual champion, IC and World.
Yeah.
And then the way he's going to do that is he has to get the Dome. Number one, he has to win the G1 to get the Dome match against Okada at the Dome. And number two, he has to retain the IC belt along the way.
Yeah.
So he has a long redemption arc that has not completed yet. So that's a very much possibility. Kota Ibushi just finally signed a honest-to-God, full-time New Japan contract. He's no longer like Mr. Freelancer in and out.
Yeah.
He committed. And he's incredible, and he draws eyes, and he draws viewers, he draws ratings, however you want to look at it. He's one of the best in the world.
Which one's he again?
Kota Ibushi. He's the other half of the Golden Lovers, Kenny's tag team partner.
Okay.
I think they know that, and I think because of that, he stands a very strong chance to win the G1 and main event the Dome, and I think it would be a very big deal if he did. So you have right there two very, very, very viable contenders for the G1.
All righty. Carl, was our first trade your first Funko trade you've ever made? I feel like we should have done a press conference. So Jay and I have rival Funko Pop desks at work.
Yes. You're trading now?
We did a pop swap.
Okay.
Because I had a special edition Angel pop, X-Men Angel.
Yes.
With the feathers.
Okay.
And he's in, like, they've got him on the stand where he's flying and whatnot. Jay had Archangel at his desk.
Ah.
And I liked the Angel one, but the Jay had one that I liked a little bit more that I haven't been able to track down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, I could probably just order it off Amazon, but where's the fun in that?
Mm-hmm.
So we agreed to a swap. He got my Angel. I got his Devil. His Season 2 Daredevil.
Were there any future considerations as part of the trade?
No. Straight up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a hockey trade.
Yeah, pretty much. Straight up. So, yeah. Got Matt. My third Daredevil pop.
Fair enough.
On my desk. I have the Season 1 black costume. I have Season 2. He's got the nunchucks.
I have that one, I think.
And then I've got a standard comic book red suit.
I don't have that one. I think I should get that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, already then.
Then there's also, so I'm missing Matt Murdock, Season 1 Daredevil, but I feel Season 2 is superior, and the Target exclusive brown and yellow costume Daredevil.
Nobody wants that one. I mean, the completist wants that one, but
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, is there any news we want to talk about?
Specifically, no.
Stuff's going on?
I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know.
Nothing big. I mean,
Stuff.
we're pre-Comic-Con, so it's, this is not the time.
Kind of in that lull.
After Comic-Con, I'm sure we'll have plenty.
Well, let's
for now, I don't have much, man. It's been
let's reference our associate producer, Mr. Alan Waiters.
Oh.
See what he's sent us.
Oh, he sent us a million things, but I mean,
yeah,
is any of it really?
That's why I'm kind of Cuphead animated series on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is doing things.
Yeah, they're smart.
I don't have a lot, man. It's
Dark Phoenix bombed.
It did, and that's
hard.
We knew that was going to happen. I think we knew that, and that's fine. So
Yep.
Marvel's going to go take it outside, hang it on the clothesline for a while, let it air out. And we'll come back to it when it's dry.
Doom Guy's getting an action figure.
Yes. I want to like it more than I actually do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Mad Magazine's closing down.
Saw that.
That's kind of sad.
I was unaware that it was still going, to be honest with you.
Oh, the Punisher thing.
It was a Punisher thing?
In the comic where he addressed the police using the skull.
Oh, people are
really
mad about
cool.
that too.
Well, then they don't get it.
Yes, I know. I know. I hear you.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. You know what? Just as a quick aside, I know it goes. I know it completely goes without saying, but not a day goes by lately that I don't peruse Twitter or even Facebook or whatever, and I just realize, my God, there are just so many terrible, racist people in the world. And I'm subject to them in all my fandoms, and it's really, really sad. That's just an aside. We don't have to expand on that. I just want to put that out there because of course I've noticed it, but man, I'm really noticing it more and more now, and it's just bumming me out, man. Yeah,
I mean that just means there's some evil in the world that needs to be combated. So,
I think this
strap your boots on, little brother. We got some work to do.
Oh, my boots are always on. When have I been one to not engage in a fight?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. DC's doing DC stuff,
Yeah, Vertigo got.
Vertigo's dead.
Sucks.
It'll be back.
Oh,
probably. I'll be honest with you. I don't know about that. I don't know.
So for those of you who don't know, Vertigo was an imprint that DC started in the late 80s, early 90s.
Early 90s, yep.
Basically it gave them a label to print stuff like Watchmen and the more
Watchmen
Watchmen was
DC.
pre-Vertigo, but like the more adult themed,
more adult stuff. Sandman
reader
specifically
stuff.
was like the big breakout. Excuse me, the big breakout hit for Vertigo. But they did a lot. Vertigo did so much stuff. Preacher. I feel like people always forget about Scalped. Did Scalped? That was one of my favorite series ever. It did a lot of stuff. It's Vertigo, man. Hellblazer, Swamp Thing, yada yada. The list goes on. It is a bummer that it closed up shop, and part of me says because of its legacy, they'll try and bring it back at some point.
Yeah.
But the people that were instrumental in its creation are all gone. DC is in this weird rebranding mode right now, and their sales are kind of falling. So I do ever so often get that inkling, that little feeling in the back of my brain that says, someday, maybe soon, maybe not, some bean counter at Warner Brothers is just going to go, what do we have this whole print division for anyway? And just bye-bye. No more comics.
Yeah. I mean, it still makes money.
I don't want it to happen.
I know.
I just look at it and go like, I don't know. At what point do they just kind of go like, we got 70, 80 years of content farming that we could do. We don't need this anymore.
An interesting side note to that is, we've roundabout when we did our last episode, there was a lot of rumor and speculation going on what was going to happen to the DC Universe app.
Oh, yeah, that kind of came to roost today.
Yeah. And
it's weird.
Warner Brothers is actually kind of being smart because they're not starting from what I understand, they're not starting their own whole new streaming app to add to the 35 other ones that have come along the way. They're rolling everything up under HBO,
which I think is a weird move. I think it's a misleading move.
I think it's a good move because
I don't think it gets the message across. What's it called? HBO Now? Max?
Yeah.
I think it's people are just going to think it's HBO and nothing else. It's a weird banner to put all your stuff under.
But it's a trusted brand.
I get that.
I would argue that HBO is a more trusted brand than Warner Brothers right now.
Do you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. I guess.
Like HBO has always been known for quality.
Yeah.
And so...
why don't they just call it AT&T something or other? I mean, it's all one...
Because that's going to be confusing to people. They're like, what am I going to my cell phone service for this for? You've already got an established brand recognition in HBO, so you roll it all up under there.
Yeah.
Which I'm already getting HBO now, so hopefully they'll just increase the price a little bit and I'll get all this extra stuff, including the DC stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how it goes.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But sure.
I mean, it's not a whole nother separate app, which I like.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know.
We're just moving it over to this app. So yeah, all right. That's pretty much news.
Okay. All right. Cool,
folks.
That was pointless.
It wasn't pointless. Yeah, not all pointless. Just, kind of pointless.
Okay.
All right. So here is the point where we give the warnings, the spoilers warnings. And whatnot.
They have to know, right?
They got to know, but we still got to tell them. It's our duty to tell them. At this point, we will begin discussing Spider-Man Far From Home. We will be discussing it in full spoiler glory. So if you have not seen the film and you're planning to see it, at this point, pause, come back to us after you've watched it, and hear our thoughts on it. So, full spoilers starting now. All right, Drew. Spider-Man Far From Home. Don't fade on me now.
Sorry, man.
Wake up, dude.
I'm awake.
We got at least another hour of this.
No. No, we don't. Stop you right there.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
It's not Nobby Comics podcast we're doing here. Spider-Man Far From Home. Yes.
This is the epilogue, if you will, to Marvel Phase 4. Phase 3?
Yes, I
Phase
think that's
whatever. Yeah.
Yes, the Infinity Saga.
Yes.
Is over.
The epilogue to the Infinity Saga. And there's, for me personally, there's some stuff to like here. There's some stuff to not be too crazy about.
I'm okay with everything.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie very much, actually. There's little inklings that are starting to kind of nibble at me about it's not specific to. There is one thing specific to Spider-Man that's nibbling at me that is starting to really, grind my gears a bit. But bigger than that though is, I feel like I'm gonna.
Why don't we start out with what we liked?
Okay,
right.
Mysterio was awesome.
Mysterio was
awesome.
He was fantastic.
Like,
they perfectly adapted this character for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes. And all that stuff about him being a hero and the trailers, it's like,
who called it?
No, but come on. No one
called it.
No one that's ever read a Spider-Man comic ever was buying that. And sure enough,
who said they're all illusions? Who said it's Mysterio? They're all illusions.
Yeah. Yep.
Taking a victory lap.
Yep. That was executed perfectly.
Yeah.
Like when I find Jake Gyllenhaal to be kind of like bland whatever actor, but in this role he goes from sincere to smug jerk like that, like so perfectly. Mm-hmm. Like fantastic. So full marks to that. They pull off the costume is just so good.
It's fantastic.
It's great.
It's like, there are nitpicks I could have about it, but I'm like, no, it's great.
It's fantastic. It's awesome. It's got the eyes on the cape clasps and everything, man.
It's got they did the bubble.
I know.
They did the bowl head.
They sure did.
I will say the one nitpick I will go with. I would have liked them to hike the cape up a little more so that the bowl head looks like it's nestled in the cape.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it was.
You got the bowl head. Come on.
I got the bowl head. I got a legitimately fully realized Mysterio in a Spider-Man film. I never thought I would have that.
I like. You know what I like about these movies actually, and it came to. I mean, I liked it in Homecoming as well, but in this one it just kind of resold me. I like all the kids and the diverse cast. It's it's cool. It's fun, and they all have really good chemistry.
Yep.
And everyone's great, and I just like to see a young, diverse cast that's entertaining, and it's just really well done.
I think it was a nice nod to the comics having Ned and Betty hook up.
Yeah.
Because they get married in the comics.
Ah, well, there's still time for them.
And then Ned is...
They broke up over the course of a day. or a week, I should say. Whatever.
Although I don't feel this Ned is going to become the Hobgoblin.
No.
But I believe they kind of retcon that. Said he was framed.
Okay, fair enough. That was fun.
There have been so many Hobgoblins.
All the kids are fun. Even Flash was fun in this movie. I know you don't like this necessarily, this version of Flash. I love him in this movie. Flash Mob.
Yeah, as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, if I don't think of you as Flash Thompson, I enjoy you a lot more.
Yes, he's a great character in these movies. He's really fun. He's a total fun jerk.
Can I tell you what I'm all in on?
Go for it.
I'm all in on Happy May.
Oh yeah. The pairing you never knew you needed till now.
I'm just like, yes.
I mean, look, we love Marissa Tomei.
Yep.
We love Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Put them together.
Sure.
Take my money. By all means.
Yeah.
So, that's all good stuff. Tom Holland remains to be is
Tom
great.
Holland's great.
He's a treasure.
Yep.
He is Spider-Man. He is Peter Parker in a way that...
He carries the emotion of the character. He conveys the weight being Spider-Man has very well.
And he also portrays the youth that this version has.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Did you ever buy that Tobey Maguire was a high school kid? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you look 30, bro.
See, that's the thing. He wasn't he was graduated high school like half an hour into the movie.
I know,
so
but he's still
was a moot point.
Still, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to get at, though. It's all good stuff.
Action scenes were great.
Yeah. That hallucination scene where Mysterio just like throws all the illusions at Peter. Oh my god, that was intense.
It was a good.
That was like that was like out of a comic.
Yeah. It was. There were dude, legit. There were screenshots in that scene that were like panel for panel, like old Mysterio comics.
Yeah.
Even though it took him forever to get there, we finally got around to having the spider sense.
Yes.
The Peter tingle.
Now, I remember when that got reported that that's what they were going to call it, and everyone was like freaking out. And it's like, yeah, they're doing it in a dismissive way. As in, like, Peter's like, don't call it that.
Yeah.
Please stop saying Peter tingle.
It was really cool how we kind of learned to use it.
See, they earned it.
Yeah.
Especially
it wasn't something you necessarily needed to earn.
It's fine. Especially the way he, like a boss in the final scene with Mysterio. When Mysterio's throwing all the illusions at him, and he doesn't even see it anymore.
Yeah.
He's like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That was cool.
Now we're kind of starting to drift into an area of things I liked, but still had problems with.
Okay.
So the first and foremost, this is probably the mid-credit scene,
which was I get mixed up. Which was which?
Which was like kind of picks up right where the movie ended.
Oh, that okay.
So they're
I love that.
They're swinging around, and then like we get and here's I was so ticked off because we had dinner at Five Guys before the film, and someone in Five Guys spoiled it for me.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
This was the first time we actually saw Tom Holland Spider-Man swing around New York City proper.
Yeah, and that was cool.
Wasn't it?
That was cool. I would have liked to have seen a lot more of that.
Don't
get me wrong. I liked...
The director said he wanted to earn that. Like he felt like he had to get there.
I really liked, more than I thought I would, taking this out of New York City for the majority of the film.
Yeah.
It worked. It lent something different to the film.
You got a Night Monkey movie that you never knew you wanted.
The Night Monkey. Yeah, and the black costume was justified, and I didn't mind it
fine.
much as I thought. Like there was a legitimate good reason for him to be in that costume.
It's fine.
The black and red one,
it was fine too.
Not so
in
much.
Motion, I didn't even notice it anymore. Like you can't.
I noticed
it. It's fine. It was fine.
So yeah, we get a big reveal in this scene.
Oh, do we?
Because we get back.
He's back
for the first time ever in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. J. Jonah Jameson, who is none other.
They did not recast
than J.K. Simmons.
Oh well, number one, rest in peace, our Danny McBride theory.
Oh, would have loved to have seen that.
I really would have liked to have seen that be a thing, but J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
He's immortal.
That Commissioner Gordon money just didn't pan out. So if you're to tell me on paper that that's what's going to happen in the mid-credit scene, I'm going to be like, yes.
Yes.
Give me that.
Yes.
And then I saw it.
Yes.
And I was like,
See, I think that's the wrong reaction.
Because they made him into Alex Jones.
Or an Alex Jones-like character. And in the modern...
That's not any better, sir.
He's not... He's a controversial pundit. Just like he would have been in the originals in the 60s. He was
at his core.
Yes. We don't know that
this character. Flawed? Yes.
Yes.
Made mistakes? Absolutely. At his core, he was a newsman. And a true newsman would not be Alex Jones.
We just met this character. We don't know what his core is. We just know that the modern interpretation of a a grandiose, there's a word that I'm blanking on, but a extravagant, over the top, grandiose, talking head type character. What is the modern version of that? And it is kind of an Alex Jones-like guy.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a difficult character to do in modern context because the old way it works the old way they had set up doesn't work anymore.
No.
Like, Peter selling pictures of Spider-Man to the Daily Bugle is not believable because anytime Spider-Man swings overhead, 150 people are taking pictures of him. But I still, like, I don't...
I think it's pretty brilliant.
I don't mind... I don't mind that they did him, like, as a talking head. I mind that they made him into Alex Jones because Alex Jones is just such an insufferable
he's terrible
scumbag.
But I say give it time. I think they're...
the most egregious sin...
That the flat top is gone?
Where's my freaking flat top?
It's gone.
I mean, I understand you can't do the mustache anymore.
But he had the mustache, though.
Well, no, not like the classic J. Jonah Hitler
well, yeah,
mustache.
no.
Yeah.
But even J.K. Simmons didn't have that in the Raimi movies either. I know.
Flat top or go home.
I'm not telling
flat top or go home.
Listen, I'm not telling Kevin Feige or J.K. Simmons to go home, so they can stay as long as they want.
So, but getting back to what was cool about this thing is they drop a serious bomb for the next film.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's identity gets outed.
Okay, now on the surface, leaving the theater, I was like, whoa, so much for that. Like, right away. He's not even like out of high school yet, and he's already outed, right? However, thought about that. This is a MCU where we have shape-shifting Skrulls that could easily assist Peter in a, we need an out.
Genie will get put back in the box.
And also because of J. Jonah Jameson's new approach, he's just this controversial guy, right?
He's not validating. He's just kind of throwing it out there.
Right.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that absolutely believe it because, as we know, there are people that believe Alex Jones is madness. And the rest of us to kind of look at him just go like, he's just this crazy guy. Ignore him. So it's definitely a challenging wrinkle for Peter, but I have a feeling that he will find a way around it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like...
No, yeah. It sets up a very interesting premise for the third one.
Yes. So the problems I've got, there's really only two. One big, one small.
All right.
Well, they're both kind of the same. Specifically, okay, the more vague, let's call it a more vague world building problem that I have.
Okay.
I don't like that there is this all-powerful Stark technology that might as well just be magic. I know it's science fiction. Yeah. I know that it's not real. You know what I mean? You got to let this stuff go. But we're talking about a satellite in space that can launch thousands of drones out of it and attack on command at the wills of a person wearing a pair of sunglasses that also it talks to.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's a lot of crazy stuff in the MCU, but like, this is just another thing. And it's like, come on, man. I'm having a hard time here. You're just pulling stuff out of your butt now and be like, oh, well, Stark did it. Like, oh. Yeah. Okay. I hate it sounds nitpicky, but it's like it started to gnaw at me a little. Like, at what point does this stuff stop becoming sci-fi? It's just magic. Like, it just is. Okay, fine, whatever. And also, kind of related to that, and I'm sure you have similar. I'm almost positive you're going to feel the same way about this. Unlike you, I don't necessarily mind the Peter-Tony mentor-son relationship, because in fact, in this movie, it really does. They kind of get some closure out of it, and Peter gets a lot of validation about his place and being a hero and actualizing and really believing in himself because Tony had believed in him, etc. Mm-hmm. And Peter gets to be more sciencey and inherit a little bit of that legacy. That's all. That's fine. That's good. Yeah. I like all that. But there's one big problem I'm starting to have now, and that is we're 2 movies into this franchise, and Peter has appeared in 4, 5, Civil War, Homecoming, Infinity War, Endgame, Far From Home. 5 movies. If we don't start talking about Uncle Ben at some point, I'm gonna be a little upset. Now, look, I know you wanted to have the Iron Man connection because number one, it was lucrative, and Robert Downey was going to get butts and seats. And number two, because of all the things I just said, it gave Peter kind of like a mentor character and in-universe explanation as to Spider-Man's yada yada. You saw the movies, you know what I'm talking about. They do it very well. It's all fine. But the core of Spider-Man, dude, ain't Iron Man. Okay?
Yep. Well,
it's Uncle Ben.
The core of traditional Spider-Man is an Iron Man. The core of this Spider-Man is pretty much Iron Man. My problem going back to the last movie.
I think we got to.
That's been my problem since this character was introduced. Is he is not Spider-Man? He's Iron Spider.
We gotta pivot away from that.
He's a sidekick.
Not anymore. He's not.
Isn't he?
At the end
at the end of this movie, isn't he kind of like Dick Grayson putting on the bat suit? Because he essentially crafts an Iron Man suit. He
makes his own Spider-Man suit, and he is now on his own, and that's fine. He is now Spider-Man unto himself. He's no longer looking for he's not looking for validation or permission from a Tony Stark figure anymore. He is on his own.
Yep.
Great. But we have not talked about the old Parker guilt and the great power. And I know that they feel like we know all that, but I still
do.
You gotta. Yeah. I still think you have to have it in there somewhere.
We had two Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies that dealt with it heavily. Number 1 and number 3.
Less said about 3, the better. By the way.
Yeah, I know. You know, it was handled very well in the first Amazing Spider-Man. That I think is the best example. You know, for all the flack that particular chapter in the Spider-Man movie saga gets, there's a lot of things it has still done better than either of the two other incarnations.
There are certain things.
The death of Uncle Ben and how that affects a real-world family is one of them.
Okay.
But yeah, getting into things that we're nitpicking,
those are the things that bother me.
I've said time and time again, this is my favorite character. This is the character that I've read the most in comics, hands down. This is a character I've read my entire life. The thing that defines Peter, beyond with great power comes great responsibility, is that he is very much a self-made hero in that he is the best of the Marvel heroes. Tony Stark has said this. Doctor Strange has said this. Captain America has said this. He's the best of them. They understand that. And he's become that through heartbreak and loss, triumph and tragedy, and so many things that he endured mostly by himself. He had loved ones around him that sometimes did know the secret, a lot of times didn't. But he grew into the hero he is on his own. And this incarnation does not have that. Every lesson he has learned, everything he has gotten is linked to Iron Man. And I understand that there is a need because we were getting a new version of the character very close to like the Amazing franchise. So I understand that there is a need to differentiate and separate yourselves. But at some point, you have to get back to the core. And the core is, and they kind of showed us that in Homecoming. You know, the ultimate core of Spider-Man is that scene where he's lifting the building off himself.
Yes.
And that scene's been repeated numerous times in the comics. And I just don't feel that with this character.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I think I guess I would agree with a lot of that. I'm not going to be as upset about it maybe as you might be, but this is your favorite character. And you're right, though.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
But at the same time, because I do try to see both sides of it, it's hard to do that when you're dealing with a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Because it just hasn't had the life experience to get him to that point. So I can see that to a point, but at the same time, like you said, we're missing a big piece here.
Yes. and I'm feeling it more now that we're two solo movies into it. Like this has to get talked about at some point.
I think it really needs to get addressed in the third film.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, again, Flash Thompson, I still have the same problems with. I really want the Iron Spider suit to go away at this point. It was a cool design when they revealed it at the end of Homecoming.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, it's gone.
It was neat to see it in Infinity War. I kind of wish that, like, I get for reasons they put it in Endgame. I just want to see the classic red and blue again.
You did briefly,
very, very briefly.
It's fine. I mean, it's okay.
So
he'll have it.
We've both said numerous times, don't mess with perfection.
I totally agree. Spoiler alert: he's going to have a new costume in the third movie.
Yeah,
whatever
I know.
I know they're selling toys, man.
Because
it's just how it goes.
They said it's tied into the Iron Man thing. Like with Iron Man, that works. Constantly reinventing the suit. There's not a defined look. There's not a defined armor for Iron Man. There is a defined look. There's a defined style.
You can tweak it though. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all tweaked. Spider-Man, it's the red and blue suit. Sometimes you want to throw the black costume in there. Fine.
Yes.
It's the red and blue suit.
Yeah.
Go back to that. Designs endured for
50 years.
50 plus years now.
Yep.
There's a reason for that.
And for all we know, they will. Probably.
Another thing. This falls into a category of something I like and something I don't like at the same time.
Okay.
MJ.
Yes. I thought she was great in this movie.
I really enjoy that character.
Yeah.
I really like what Zendaya is doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed this character immensely every scene she was in.
Yeah, but much more so than the first movie, in my opinion.
I don't like that you're telling me that this is MJ.
They're not telling you that. Her name is MJ, but they're not telling you that it's Mary Jane Watson.
You know what? If you want to do that as a little stinger or whatnot at the end of the first one, fine. If you keep on doing that, now we're running into problems.
She's MJ. She's not the MJ.
Because at some point, if she's not Mary Jane,
she's not.
We don't know that for certain.
Here's a thing.
This character is clearly, has no problem twisting perceptions.
That's fine.
She could just as easily have lied about her name being Michelle instead of Mary.
You're not wrong, but let me posit this at you. All this loss you're talking about and all these life lessons and all that, this version has not had any of that yet. And as we know...
it has in Iron Man.
But that's not the solitary... The whole universe felt that loss.
Yeah.
Peter's not alone. Something like that, if something bad happens to this MJ...
So you're saying she's going to be the substitute for Gwen Stacy?
I'm not saying she'll be the substitute. I'm saying it could be the first bad... It could be one of the first heartbreaks that Peter's going to experience as a result of being Spider-Man. I'm not saying she's going to die or anything.
Yeah.
Possible, but not necessarily. But it's on the table. And this is where it gets kind of confusing. Not confusing, but you got to start thinking like, okay, well, this character is still in high school, right? They want Tom Holland to grow into the role. I don't know how long they're going to keep doing this. Honestly, I don't know how many films he signed up for. But we haven't met Gwen Stacy yet. We haven't met Mary Jane Watson yet. Are we going to?
I'm okay with not meeting Gwen Stacy.
I think you got to do it.
I would say if you're going to do,
I think you got
a romantic triangle.
I never said anything about a triangle.
No, I know. I'd say you do Peter / Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and the Black Cat.
Fine, maybe we'll get there. But my point, I think my overall point though, is that what they're kind of doing here is they're positing a reason why. Well, a wink, wink, nod, nod. Why Peter might have a predisposition to someone with the initials MJ. So when we do finally meet Mary Jane Watson down the road, he might be like, "Huh, MJ," and then we're going to think like, "Oh yeah, MJ," but she's gone.
I mean,
this is all totally
so,
fantastical because I have
Conjecture
no
and
idea
whatnot.
how long it's going to last.
I kind of hope you're right. I hope at some point we get a door that opens up into, someone standing there with red hair. I don't care what the skin color is.
No,
as
yeah,
long as
no,
the hair is red.
Yeah.
And she says, "Face it, Tiger, you've hit the jackpot."
Yeah.
That'll be a wipe away the tears moment for me. But yeah, but so far right now they're saying she's MJ.
Yeah.
And I like the character. I just don't like if you're trying to tell me it's like,
I understand what you're saying.
It's like you're giving me Coke and telling me it's Pepsi. I like Coke and I like Pepsi. Don't tell me one's the other, because I know it's not.
They're both cola.
I'm trying to think what else.
I mean, it's fine. You know what the thing? They definitely seem. Marvel seems to want to do new things. They don't want to keep rehashing what's already been done.
I get that,
and I think there's those of us that appreciate that, and there's those of us that say like, "Hey, we appreciate that," but you know what? I still kind of want to see what your take on the stuff that we have already seen would be.
Yeah.
Like there were so many rumors that Norman Osborn was going to show up in this movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
Alan said something and it made me hate the fact that we couldn't have it. He was like, "Man, what if they cast Keaton as Norman Osborn instead of Vulture?" And I thought of that. I was like, I want that.
But just think of who they might get
so
someone
badly.
better. But they might get someone better for Osborn. We don't know.
I don't know, man. Keaton
can do whatever he wants. But let me throw this at you.
Yeah.
'Cause we're talking about what the next challenge might bring for Spider-Man, right?
Yep.
At this point in 2 movies, we have met the Shocker, the Vulture, Scorpion. He was kinda.
Yeah.
And now Mysterio.
So you're one Sinister Six.
We're 4 in already. It ain't going to take much to drop 2 in the next film and tell me you got the Sinister Six on your hands.
We're missing Kraven and Doc Ock for the original Sinister Six.
I mean...
Well, no, Shocker was not part of the original Sinister Six.
Fine, but
Scorpion.
He's in there now.
Wait, no, Scorpion was. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All I know is all it takes is 6 dudes. We got 4 of them already.
Okay.
Because I don't believe Mysterio's dead, by the way.
Oh, God, no. He's Mysterio.
He's Vigo.
He's Vigo. You're like the buzzing of flies. Did you not see? Last I checked, the ending of Guardian Devil, he put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
Last I checked, he got better.
He's got better, yeah.
He's Mysterio.
So all I'm saying is, you're only 2 villains away.
Yeah.
You might as well at this point.
Yeah.
But okay, let me ask you this. This is getting into like the meta.
Yeah.
The real world. Is it my imagination, or does this movie and Homecoming, but definitely this one more so? I know that Marvel makes these, right? And Sony just bankrolls them and
No, Sony doesn't bankroll them. Sony essentially just cashes checks.
Okay. And it could totally be.
Do we see Tom Holland with Venom?
I don't know. I think Marvel puts their foot down and says no.
Yeah.
But not so much that. Do these movies feel different than MCU movies to you? Slightly, even though they're connected clearly.
Yes,
but
they feel different mainly because of the tone. They're significantly lighter tone.
Yes.
Than pretty much every other MCU franchise.
Okay.
Even like something like Guardians, which is comedic, but still...
Do you think that's the Sony factor?
No.
Because I'll tell you, I'll be honest, I didn't notice it so much in Homecoming, but I really noticed in this one, Sony was like way more prevalent in the pre-credits and Amy Pascal productions. Like, I'm like, what? Like,
I think
show me the Marvel logo and get out of the way.
I think Marvel just gives them the little things like that so they can do what they can do.
Right.
Ultimately, as long as Marvel maintains creative control,
yeah,
I don't care what is in the pre-credits.
I don't think you're going to get Tom Holland and Venom together. I don't think.
God, I hope not.
I don't think he sets foot in those movies at all.
Post-credit scene.
Poor Nick can't catch a break.
You know what? I really because we have Talos and his wife from Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Who were playing Nick and Maria Hill the whole time. A lot of people,
which makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. A lot of people are thinking this sets up Secret Invasion.
No,
I don't think
you're reading too deeply into it.
I think it's more of a comedic stinger.
Exactly.
I think Ben Mendelsohn is the actor who plays Talon.
He's great.
He is fantastic. I love him. He was great in Rogue One. He's great in this. I really wish they would just kind of go CGI with his mouth.
Why?
Because you can kind of tell when. I love the fact that they're doing like legit makeup and whatnot, but you can tell he's like kind of struggling against the mouthpiece.
It's fine. It's all right.
So okay.
So Furies in space.
Yeah.
Huh.
Kicking back with a Mai Tai and.
Why is he in space? I guess we're going to find out.
Why wouldn't he be in space?
So does this mean that we are now being introduced to Sword?
Possibly. And S.H.I.E.L.D.'s not really around anymore, so.
Well, yes and no.
Yeah, kind of. What if they did Hammer?
We need someone very important is
Someone's
not.
got to be Osborn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so where does this? I know you don't do rankings, but Spider-Man. Where does this fall in the? Okay, here's my Spider-Man film ranking.
Oh, the Spider-Man film rankings.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, honestly, it's on the lower end of the spectrum for me.
It's fair.
It doesn't. It's upper C tier.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
No, starting best to worst. Number 1 is still Sam Raimi 2.
Yes.
Number 2, Into the Spider-Verse.
Haven't seen it yet. I know it's on Netflix. I intend to watch it.
Yeah. Number 3 is Homecoming.
Wow. Okay.
Number 4 is Amazing 1.
Wow. Okay.
Number 5 is Far From Home. Huge gap between 5 and 6. Amazing 2. And then even a bigger gap between 6 and 7. Sam Raimi 3. Oh, I'm sorry.
Where does Sam Raimi 1 rank in there?
Put Sam Raimi 1 in between Amazing 1 and Homecoming.
Okay.
Yeah. Then move everything down.
Okay. I was going to say, man, there's a big...
I'm sorry. Yeah.
What do you got against the first Spider-Man movie?
I mean, Power Ranger Goblin.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, but...
It's got its flaws.
It does.
Yeah.
But it did so much, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Sam Raimi 2 and Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Into the Spider-Verse is almost like 1B.
Okay. I got to watch this movie.
You really do.
I can't rank it, but I would... I mean, the Amazing movies, to be honest, man, I've forgotten them by and large. So
I mean, Amazing 1 has... The thing that really hurts Amazing 1 is the costume.
It's terrible.
Really awful.
Yes, it's
but
garbage.
they nailed so many things in that movie. Still the best Stan Lee cameo.
Yes,
hands down.
I love that one in the library.
They did a lot of stuff really cool, and
I just
Amazing
remember,
2 for all its flaws. Anytime he's in the suit
is fantastic. The suit is perfect.
His portrayal of Spider-Man, is perfect. He again. I've always said if you could take Tobey Maguire's Peter and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, put them together, you'd have the perfect Spider-Man.
There. Yeah, that's fair. It's good. It's a perfectly good mid-tier Spider-Man movie. There, you know what I mean. I can't.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not
that's
going to
where
rank
I've got
them.
it ranked.
I'm not going to rank them. It's perfectly enjoyable. It's better than the Amazing movies. It probably doesn't hit the high notes of the Raimi flicks, but it's a great MCU Spider-Man movie. I don't know. It's fine. It's great. It's a Marvel movie. It's an MCU movie.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's fun.
It's fine.
It's
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Now, what do we have to look forward to now?
We don't know what's coming next. We got the Disney Plus stuff. Is really the only stuff we know confirmed
yeah.
that's coming.
We're gonna get Falcon and Bucky.
You know what, folks? Next time you hear from us might be a Comic-Con wrap-up show.
It's coming up.
Marvel's going
They're
to
back.
Hall H.
Yeah, they're back.
They're going to Hall H. So
yeah, and they there's a lot of, now that Endgame has passed us, they got a lot of secrecy.
They have said that they are going to announce the next phase sometime during the summer.
We know we're getting Eternals, whether we want it or not.
Well, we said the same thing about Guardians.
I know. I keep telling myself that. I really do. I really do. I'm open to it. They're not.
And we know at some point we're going to get Keanu Reeves.
They're not players in the comics
as
dude.
something.
So I just don't really care.
Neither was Guardians.
I know.
We're going to get Keanu Reeves in something.
I know.
I want him to be Adam Warlock.
That could happen. Maybe.
Have you seen the stills, the production stills from Bill and Ted 3?
I did. Why is Ted in a pink button-up shirt?
Because he's old and fat. He's probably got a job he hates.
But they had the money and they saved the world. Rock and roll, man.
We saw them play one song.
But the whole future is predicated on them.
Yeah, the series is based on time travel, so it tends to screw things up.
Well, I'm pulling for him, and if we can get a Freaked sequel, I'd be all in on that too.
All right, folks. We'll let you know when we're going to come back, and we'll put the beacon out there. So in case you want to send us any questions or whatnot, we'll let you know. But this was fun. It was good to get back behind the mics and dish about some stuff. And again, this won't be the last time. We'll pop in on occasion, let you know we're still here. We appreciate everybody who's listening. We appreciate everybody who wrote an email saying they missed us. It's nice to know we're missed. Drew, any closing thoughts?
No. Thanks. I saw when you put the word out that we got a lot of likes and a lot of good feelings.
Yeah,
that came in. That's feels. Cool. Thanks for not forgetting about us, people.
Yeah.
But no, just be excellent to each other, and
be excellent to each other.
If you take nothing away from this show, but that, please be excellent to each other.
And walloping web snappers.
What?
That was a catchphrase he used in the 60s cartoon.
Oh.
Walloping web snappers.
Never mind. I'll tell you later. Yeah. Hey, we're back, kind of, for once in a while.
Yeah,
once in a while.
I'm popping every once in a while. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like we graduated high school.
Yeah.
And now we just get to hang out every once in a while. Not every day like we did in high school.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of what it's like with us and the listeners.
Is there going to be booze in late night Denny's runs?
I don't know, man. Grand Slam breakfast sounds pretty good.
Especially at 4 a.m. After a night of drinking.
All right, everybody. Until next time, be excellent to each other.
No court?
No, dude, we're not doing the court thing.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye.